Once upon a time, in a small village in China, there lived an old man who was known for his wisdom and kindness. One day, a young man from the village came to him and said, "Oh, wise old man, I am so frustrated. My wife and I can't have children, and it is making me sad." The old man listened patiently and then said, "My son, I think I can help you, but you must do exactly what I tell you to do. Would you be willing to do that?" The young man, desperate for a child, agreed to the old man's plan. The old man gave him a small basket and said, "Take this basket to your wife and tell her to do as I say. She must not open the basket under any circumstances." The young man went home and did as the old man had instructed. He told his wife about the basket and warned her not to open it. Of course, she was curious, but she agreed to follow her husband's instructions. Every day for 1 month, the young man went to the old man and told him how his wife's belly was getting bigger and bigger. The old man smiled and continued to give him instructions. Finally, the day came when the wife was about to give birth. The young man rushed to the old man and said, "It's time. The baby is coming." The old man handed him a small hammer and said, "Go and hit the iron pot 3 times with this hammer. Then come back and I will give you a big reward." The young man did as he was told and returned to the old man. The old man opened the basket, took out a small wooden horse and gave it to the young man, said, "This is your reward for being obedient. Now take this horse to your wife and make sure she does not get off it until the baby is born." The young man took the wooden horse to his wife and stayed by her side all night, holding her hand and singing songs to keep her spirits up. When the baby was born, the midwife took it and placed it in front of the young man. He looked at the baby and couldn't believe his eyes. It was a beautiful baby girl. He thanked the midwife and rushed to the old man to tell him the good news. The old man was very happy and gave him another reward. They returned home, and since then their lives have been filled with joy and happiness. They named their daughter Yua, which means moon. And every full moon, they would tell her the story of how she was born. Moral of the story: sometimes we have to go through tough times to reach our destination. Just like the young couple, we may face many challenges in life, but if we stay positive and keep trying, we will eventually succeed. So, never give up hope. Keep moving forward. And remember, even in the darkest of nights, the dawn will eventually break. Now, before I continue with the next story, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Never forget that. And now, let's move on to the next story. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a king who was famous for his bravery and strength. But as he grew older, his son, Prince Rohan, became the kingdom's hero. Rohan was known for his kindness and compassion. People from neighboring kingdoms would come to see him because he always helped those in need. One day, a poor farmer approached the prince and said, "Your Highness, I heard you are very compassionate. Please help me. My son has been cursed and turned into a frog. Only the kiss of a princess can break the curse. But I don't know any princesses." The prince felt sorry for the farmer and asked, "Why don't you ask the Rainbow Princess? She is known for her kindness and helping others." The farmer had already tried that, but the princess didn't have time for him. Determined to help the farmer, Prince Rohan decided to find the princess himself. He went to her castle, but it was huge and he got lost. As he wandered through the maze-like corridors, he came across a beautiful garden. Suddenly, a small frog jumped onto his finger and said, "Are you here to ask the princess for help?" Startled, Rohan asked, "How did you know?" The frog replied, "I'm not just any frog. I'm the king's messenger. I was also cursed, but only the touch of a true hero can break my curse. Are you a hero?" Rohan hesitated. Although he was known for his compassion, he didn't consider himself a hero. He looked at the little frog and said, "I guess I could be a hero sometimes." As soon as he touched the frog, it disappeared and a beautiful woman stood in its place. Bowing down, she said, "Thank you, Prince Rohan. You have broken my curse. Now I must leave." Before she disappeared, she cast a magic spell on him, making him the most handsome man in the kingdom. Then she vanished. Just then, the king's messenger appeared and said, "Your Highness, the princess is ready to help you. She is waiting for you in the royal court." Overjoyed, Rohan went to the princess and told her about the talking frog. The princess was impressed by his kindness and compassion and decided to help the poor farmer's son. With the princess's help, Rohan found the farmer and told him to bring his son to the palace, too. When the farmer arrived with his son, Rohan introduced them to the princess and asked her to break the curse. As soon as the princess kissed the boy, he turned into a handsome young man. Everyone celebrated, and soon the news of Rohan's heroic deeds spread throughout the land. Moral of the story: true heroes aren't defined by their status or power, but by their willingness to help others and make a positive impact on the world. Prince Rohan may not have seen himself as a hero, but his actions proved that he truly was one. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed these stories. If you want to hear more, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.